are welcome to this session. It is session 1 of Unit 4. The unit is about instructional objectives, and this session is about characteristics, importance, and categories of instructional objectives. So let's proceed to look at the objectives for the session. The objectives for this session are to define instructional objectives, state the characteristics of a good instructional objective, explain the importance of stating instructional objectives, state the categories of instructional objectives, and classify them as lower order, middle order, or higher order. And finally, illustrate Bloom's taxonomy of educational objectives in a diagram. Instructional objectives. Usually for every action that you take in your life, there's a purpose, there's a reason for doing that. So you go to the classroom to present something to the students, and you have a purpose of doing that. You want your students to be able to do something. That is why you are presenting something to them. Now, instructional objective is a statement that specifies in behavioral measurable terms what a learner will be able to do as a result of the experience that you have presented to your students. Is what the teacher hopes his students will have been able to do by the end of the lesson. There is an advantage of stating instructional objective in behavioral terms, and it is its specificity which gives the teacher a definite target to aim at, a definite criterion for measuring or evaluating students' learning. A good instructional objective has certain features. These are: it is behavioral, or it is stated in behavioral terms. It is time-bound. It is measurable, achievable. It is observable. And then specific. It is also relevant. Alright. We are now to look at importance of instructional objectives. Why is it important? Why is it necessary to state instructional objectives? Why don't you just go to the class and start presenting the main ideas to your students without telling them the objectives? If we state objectives, it provides sound basis for the selection or designing of instructional materials, contents, or methods. In the objective, you have stated that students will be able to prepare salt. Now, having this in mind, you will now be able to design or select the materials and select the strategies and select the content that will help, or that you will use to help your students to be able to prepare the salt. It provides direction for instruction. So if you have the objective of student preparing the salt, then in the presentation of your concept, it will be skewed towards preparation of the salt so that students can do that by the end. Stating the objectives help in finding out whether the objectives have in fact been accomplished or not. So you have stated that by the end of the lesson, the learner will be able to prepare sodium hydroxide solution. So doing it this way helps you to know whether at the end students are able to prepare the sodium hydroxide solution or not. Objectives may serve as organizers to students in learning. Thus, they provide the means by which students would organize their efforts towards the attainment of the objectives that you have stated to them. There are categories of instructional objectives, and there are three of them. They are knowledge, skills, and attitudes. Bloom's taxonomy of educational objectives is widely accepted framework for stating instructional objectives, and it starts at knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, through to evaluation in a hierarchical or in a logical manner, such that at knowledge level we have a lot of learners because it is at the base and is the lowest. So as we move from knowledge to evaluation, then the complexity or what is expected of the learner increases. And this is a diagrammatic presentation of Bloom's taxonomy. So we have knowledge at the bottom, and look at this is a triangle. This represents that we may have a lot of learners operating at this level, and then as we move to understanding, then we have the numbers reducing such that at the top here a lot or what is expected from the students is complex, and it's as compared to knowledge it's a bit difficult to do that. Okay, we are ending the session with these self-assessment questions. Please try them.